Hey everybody, what's going on? It's James here. In this short clip, I want to cover two quick points on Bitcoin. Point number one is I see a lot of Bitcoin maxis, and I'm not using that as a derogatory term, but I see a lot of Bitcoin maxis, people who think Bitcoin is going to replace fiat, people who push the idea that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, etc. And they like to go cherry pick things that have always happened. Bitcoin has always went up, Bitcoin has always done this, Bitcoin has always done that. And the problem is they ignore other things that Bitcoin has always done. So if we look at the chart in the original bubble from 2011 through 2013, this was the bubble that went to about $1,000 before it busted. Everybody blamed it on Mount Gox at the time, and it retraced past the 80% level, which was around $236. And the next bubble, Bitcoin climbed from a low of 152 to $20,000 and proceeded to retrace past its 80% level, which sat around $4,000, and it dropped around 3,100. In the following bubble, Bitcoin climbed from around 3,100 up to 69,000 and then retraced to 15,500. The 80% level was 16,298. So every single Bitcoin cycle has retraced past its 80% retracement level. Standard technical analysis suggests that parabolic moves should retrace at least 80%. The 80% level of the current cycle, using the current high of 126,272, is going to be down around 37,638. So Bitcoin has never not retraced to the 80% level. That's number one. The other thing I'm going to point out, I showed everybody a chart of Bitcoin versus gold over the last week or so. And I showed that chart because a lot of Bitcoin enthusiasts love to push the idea that Bitcoin is the greatest investment ever and that Bitcoin is going to replace fiat. And, I see people saying things like they're going to sell their real estate and put it all in Bitcoin, or that they want to take out a mortgage on their home and put it in Bitcoin. I see so many crazy theories floating around. And most of the time when I go and I look at people saying this, even if they have large follower accounts, most of the time they join Twitter after 2020. There's this little stock from a small company that a few people may have heard of. The company's called Coca-Cola, and its ticker on the stock market is Coke. And its chart looks like this. And you might be wondering, James, why are you talking about a soft drink company? Well, I'm talking about a soft drink company because if you take Coca-Cola and you divide it by Bitcoin, at first you get this chart like, wow, look how much better Bitcoin performed. Coke just completely plummeted versus Bitcoin until you do this. And now suddenly we have this weird issue here because Bitcoin is sitting around 0.0025. And what that means is that it takes roughly 0.0025 Bitcoin to buy one share of Coca-Cola stock. But that's roughly the same price as way back in October of 2017. What that means, put in other terms, is someone would have been better off nearly this entire period. At almost any point during the last 8 years, a person would have been better off buying Coke stock instead of Bitcoin. How can somebody claim that Bitcoin is a once in a lifetime opportunity and that Bitcoin is the safest place to park your cash when a simple soft drink stock outperformed it over the last several years? It's not just the Mag 7 outperforming it. It's not just other tech stocks outperforming it. It's not just gold and silver outperforming it. It's most things are outperforming it, or at least many things. And so I don't think anyone would try to make the claim that you should sell everything, liquidate your assets, and put all of that into Coca-Cola stock. But they will tell you to do that with Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin is worth roughly the same today versus Coca-Cola as it was in October of 2017. That's nearly 9 years. In fact, if you had invested in Bitcoin at the top of the 2021 bubble, right now, you'd be down 81.75% versus Coke. If you had invested at the top of the 2025 highs, right now you would be down 63% versus Coke. So before you do anything too wild, ask yourself one simple question. Why is the supposed best investment of a lifetime underperforming a soft drink company? I'll wrap the video up there. Please remember, I'm some guy sitting in a spare bedroom. Nothing in the video is financial advice, and you should always go out and do your own due diligence and seek out professional financial advice from a licensed financial advisor before making any type of investment in cryptocurrency, the stock market, precious metals, Forex, or any other tradable asset. As always, please remember to use proper risk management and always trade safe.